진짜야. 환세카타 존쳐야 헛징그리. 몽고 란토야. 카픈타 사콤. 딩그리.
Cultural appropriation is a bunch of nonsense.
On that, we agree. What's happening, faggots? So, cultural appropriation. I've been wanting to dive into this one for a while, and now I finally thought it was a good time to do so. Not for any particular reason, but I thought it would be funny regardless. It has to be said, it's one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever had the displeasure of learning about. Now, it's gonna be some of you out there who don't really know what cultural appropriation is, which is fine, because it's very rare for people to be called out for cultural appropriation because it's so damn dumb. So, what is it? Well, the Wikipedia description says as following. Cultural appropriation, at times phrased cultural misappropriation, is the adoption of elements of one culture by members of another culture. This can be controversial when members of a dominant culture appropriate from a disadvantaged minority culture. You have a perfect example in my intro. My intro is a Swedish guy that is singing fake Mongolian to African war drums and classic rock. And when I start speaking, there's like 18 appropriations in one. I'm a plug and play of appropriations. You might be thinking that this is damn stupid, and it is damn stupid, but it's dumber than you might think it is, honestly. And I'm going to talk about it today. So, let's stop squabbling and let's get into it. No, I'm not gonna stop doing that. Now, I did at first say that cases of cultural appropriation are seemingly rare, and that seems to be the case, but the few people that has been indeed targeted for cultural appropriation has most definitively had more than one case of them. And the first one we're gonna look at is Katy Perry, with her unfortunate cases of cultural appropriation. And our first source is... Thank you. Now I know, this is BuzzFeed. No one likes BuzzFeed. But if we're gonna trust anyone to do quite a bit of work when it comes to the game of shame and blame, they're gonna be first on the podium to try and throw some dirt. And they do in this article, holy shit. Now, therefore, I'd just like to say, take anything that is said in this article with just a pinch of salt. However, if we're gonna take them at face value, connected to the things we know about what cultural appropriation is, because it can be quite interesting for us to dissect as we go into it. So let's begin. Katy Perry addressed her cultural appropriation and things escalated. And there's your first issue right there, mate. You shouldn't have addressed it to begin with, because you didn't do anything wrong, Katy. But hey, maybe this article proves me otherwise. We'll see. The most notable criticism was leveled at her 2013 AMA's performance, in which she dressed as a geisha, as well as her hairstyle in the video for This Is How We Do. Oh, this sounds terrible. What could she possibly have done while she was dressed as a geisha? Let's take a look at the performance. I don't understand this. Where's the bad shit? I can't see it through any part of the video. When is she gonna stab herself in the stomach and say death to Japan? When is she gonna desecrate the grave of Emperor Hirohito by taking a piss on his casket? I don't get it. Come on, where is it? It isn't here, and that's a good thing, because she hasn't done anything wrong. The criticisms, quote-unquote, that is being thrown at her is because of her surroundings and what she's wearing. She's wearing something known as a kimono, which is a traditional Japanese dress. This is one of the reasons why people are pissed off, because she's wearing a fucking dress. That's why I'm saying that this is bloody stupid. There's people in the comment section of this video that are Japanese that is saying that this is cool, that they don't give a shit. They think it's nice to see their culture expressed, and they think it's nice. But no, in the comment section you have these keyboard warriors that decides that no, what she's doing is wrong, even though they shouldn't have a bloody say in the matter, because the woman can wear whatever the hell she wants. But they do so anyways. 1. This mocks Chinese people. Why? Because she didn't choose to wear something Chinese? 2. The outfit isn't even from China. No shit, it's Japanese. 3. And there's a stereotype that Asian women shall love their men unconditionally. That's not a strictly Asian stereotype. And he calls the person stupid as hell. Which is funny, considering the fact that this guy isn't Japanese, is he? Baritone saxophone. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that this guy is not at all Chinese or Japanese. And I'm also starting to suspect he is a bit of a saxophone supremacist. Jokes aside though, I do not endorse if people go over to his channel and start posting stupid and mean comments. The comment section in this video is legendarily stupid and toxic on occasion, and this is an argument that never should have sparked to begin with. Okay, maybe I'll find more if I just get to read more of the article. Well, Katy has now addressed the criticism during an interview with civil rights activist DeRay McKenson. Oh fuck, not him. For those of you who do not know, DeRay McKenson is a Black Lives Matter activist. It's kind of interesting that this article wants to set him as a civil rights activist, which is not accurate at all, because if he follows Black Lives Matter and agrees with what they say, then he's more along the lines of a civil rights suppression supporter. And to solve out any confusion, the music video of Katy Perry on stage was in 2013, but the podcast was in 2017, so not that long ago. A clip was also uploaded to Twitter by Gina Sarkeesian. I do not know if this clip is from the podcast or from the live stream, but I can tell you this, and that is that it contains some rather interesting statements from Katy Perry herself, so let's go and watch and see what we can find.
I've made several mistakes, even in like the This Is How We Do video about how I wore my hair.
Wait, how's there a mistake in how you wear your hair? This is gonna be interesting.
And having a hard conversation with one of my empowered angels, Cleo, about what does it mean? Why can't I wear my hair that way? Or what is the history behind wearing the hair that way? And she told me about the power in Black women's hair and how beautiful it is and the struggle.
I get a question in my head then. Okay, if this hair really symbolizes Black people's history, their suffering, but also their power and their beauty, then why is it so bad for you to wear that hair setup and show that off? And I swear, if the answer is because she's white, I can tell you that answer doesn't fucking fly. And let me tell you exactly why. The color of your skin is not a limitation to show empathy and sympathy towards other human beings' suffering. An example of such sympathy could be Hunger Games. In the Hunger Games movie, people were selected for the Hunger Games amongst the masses, and once they were chosen, people held up 3 fingers as a sign of compassion and of sympathy and of mourning towards the person in question that had been unfortunately picked for the Hunger Games. Didn't matter about their color, their creed, their previous occupation. All that mattered is that they were gone, and therefore they would be mourned for. What I'm trying to say is that this is a certain symbolism for another type of compassion, of caring and such, and there's nothing wrong in other people taking part and mourning for the lost ones, even though they are not affiliated to them by family ties or friends in any way, shape or form. Another example, one from our own history that is actually far darker, is the Second World War and the killing of the Jews. A lot of people in modern day society never knew these people, of course, but we still mourn them and still remember them because it was a tremendous loss of life, and as such, it is being mourned for regardless of who they were, because we sympathize, humans sympathize. Why is then Katy Perry, except from utilizing this hairdo and hair setup that is not in any way, shape or form intending to incriminate Black people or act as cruelty towards Black people at all? Some say it's the work of social justice warriors. I prefer to just call them idiots because that's really what they are at the end of the day. Because you're truly an idiot if you cannot let other people empathize and sympathize with other people that they might never have met and known, but they still can feel a level of remorse towards for having these events happening to them. Doesn't make sense that they should be limited from showing this kind of remorse. Granted, people shouldn't be shamed and blamed into showing remorse for something they weren't a part of. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that if they want to show remorse and compassion towards an event they were not a part of, but still recognize, that's entirely fine. I just don't like that people are so toxic around these subjects, as if though it's something that they can safeguard for themselves. I'm sorry, this is getting depressive. We're not gonna continue to do that. We're gonna get on with the laughter, don't you worry. Meatballs. So I figured we'd look at another interesting article from Mick this time. 5 reasons Katy Perry is pop music's worst cultural appropriator. Oh, the humanity! I just turned to a top 5 YouTuber. Number 1. This is how she do it. This is how we do it is an expression first popularized by black R&B singer Montel Jordan's hit 1995 song of the same name. The phrase has since become part of much more common vernacular, but it has black cultural roots, which makes Katy Perry's behavior in a new video associated with the term all the more disrespectful. Perry is first seen in the video reclining while wearing a long dark braided ponytail, holding up a watermelon and chuckling up deuce. Playing into the tried trope of African Americans being friends for fried chicken and watermelon. Okay, she has a watermelon, I'll give you that, but where's the fried chicken? Where is the fried chicken? You don't eat fried chicken during a hot summer day. Watermelon fits in because it's warm as shit and you want something to, cool down with, and a watermelon fits fucking perfectly for that time. If you get racist because you have a watermelon in your hand, then fuck it, I'm the biggest racist there is. I fucking love watermelon. Perry's hairstyle and expression, meanwhile, can be traced back to the cultural expressions of many black women in America. Because black people, as we all know, have trademarked expressions. Oh, that's hot. Not content to stop with African American stereotypes, Perry goes on to perpetuate the stereotype that all manicurists at nail salons are Asian people with the lyrics. Now we're talking astrology, getting our nails did all Japanesey. Yeah, I don't think that with these lyrics she perpetuates that all Asian people are manicurists. Perhaps the Japanese, yes, but not all Asians, hashtag. You just made that implication yourself, didn't you? 2. Unconditionally racist? Is Katy Perry a resist? Conclusions. I hope you enjoyed this just as much as I enjoyed editing this. Cultural appropriation is nigh on impossible to implement as an actual law. The reason as to why is because of the sheer fact that you would need essentially some form of overarching body that would be able to judge whenever the fuck someone is appropriating another culture. And even then, why don't just the people in question that are of that culture tell them to fuck off when they do something that they're not supposed to do, like take a shit on the Quran and put a bacon strip on it. Also, a small update. I am going to continue to do the All Godsmen party, as a lot of people seem to enjoy that. Other than that, the furry video that I was supposed to do with an interview with a furry that agrees with what I've said is not going to be able to be uploaded. The reason as to why is because the footage and the entire goddamn audio recording has been fucked to high heavens to such a degree I have not been able to restore it due to weird corruption and other lingering taint that I can't explain. But what I can explain is my final thoughts on the furry fandom, and I shall summarize it in this short clip. Thank you all so much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing and keep sharing the video around so that I can continue to grow this channel, as it really does help. And keep giving me feedback in the comment section about what you thought of the videos, because it really does help, and I can actually change and improve that which I do. It is always appreciated. I'll see you guys another time. Bye, Artai.